everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I thought I would do the lipstick tag. This stems from the eyeshadow palette tag that was recently created by Allie Glines and Samantha March, and then Jessica Braun adapted it to turn it into a lipstick tag. So it is a very similar set of prompts to the eyeshadow palette tag. She did just tweak a couple to make it more in line with lipstick. So eyeshadow and lipsticks are definitely two of my favourite products. So because I did the eyeshadow palette tag, I thought I would give the lipstick one a go as well. I will link Samantha, Allie's and Jessica's channels in the description box below, and I will also link Jessica's lipstick tag as well as the prompts for each of the subjects. So if you are interested in doing this tag yourself, they will be in the description box also. So why don't we get started? The first thing is my newest lipstick. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Lipstick. I got this in the shade Pinkini. This is one that I've had my eye on for some time now, because more recently I've been into more moisturising lipsticks and balms and things like that. I thought it was the perfect time to give it a go. This literally arrived the other day, so I haven't even swatched it yet. Can't even get the lid off. So I will try and do swatches of the lipsticks as I'm going through. So this is very balmy and does feel like it's going to be really nice on the lips, and that is a really pretty shade. It's not overly pigmented, so I think on my lips that's probably going to be sort of my lips but better. So I'm really excited to actually try this one out properly. Then the next one is my oldest lipstick. I did think I had kept a couple of really old lipsticks in my collection because they had kind of meant something to me. I did have an old coral shaded one from MAC Cosmetics, but now I think about it, I believe I did get rid of that one when we moved house a couple of years ago. Then the other one, which I did think I had kept because it does mean something to me, is one from Clinique, and I think it is one of their matte ones, and it was in the shade Petal, I believe. If I can find a picture of it before this video goes live or find a picture online, I will put it on the screen somewhere. I do believe that is one of my oldest lipsticks, but looking through my current lipstick collection, I believe this one from Maybelline is the one I physically have, and this is one of their Superstay matte inks, and this is in the shade Lover. This is the first one that I ever tried from this range, and it made me fall in love with the formula. This is the longest lasting liquid lipstick formula I think I've ever tried. So that is the shade Lover. I'm going to immediately rub this off because otherwise it will stay on my hand forever. And this then stemmed in me purchasing about 5 other shades because I do really love this formula. The next thing is most expensive lipstick, and surely it's got to be Charlotte Tilbury. Having a look at all my other lipsticks, I don't think they're as expensive as this one, even though I didn't pay full price for this because I did buy it in a duo set. I got it in a Pillow Talk set because this is the original Pillow Talk, and I do also have Pillow Talk medium as well. I believe these retail for £24 or £25, but I got 2 in a set for £40, so this was technically £20. I think even at £20 it is just about my most expensive lipstick. So that is that shade there. Do I think it's worth the price tag? I don't love it as much as I thought I would. It's still a good lip product, but I don't think it quite justifies the high price tag. But I haven't been using it that long. It has only been for this month that I've been using it, so the shade is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just not 100% sold on the formula for the price point. And then on the other end of the spectrum we have most affordable, and that is definitely these lipsticks from Primark. These were in a set of 4 and was £4 for the whole set, so each of these is technically £1 each. I did declutter one of the shades from the set as it wasn't quite for me, but I have kept 3 of them and I do really like this formula. It is a dupe for the Huda Beauty liquid lipsticks, and it's a pretty similar dupe to be honest, and I think they retail for about £16 or £18, so without doubt I would definitely purchase more of these before I purchase another full size of the Huda Beauty one. So yeah, these are £1 each and definitely my most affordable lipsticks and ones I would highly recommend. I didn't even think to swatch these ones. Unfortunately, don't have shade names or even numbers or anything like that. It is just as they come. But I'll just swatch the 3 shades so you can see. I think I might actually need to use these up sooner rather than later because they are starting to dry out. But they are the 3 shades that I have. And then the one that I got rid of was a really pale nude and just didn't suit me. But yeah, I highly recommend these, and for the price it's always worth a go. Apologies if I'm sounding a little bit croaky. It's been a really long day because I'm filming this after work and I don't think I've drank enough water, so slightly dehydrated. The next category is everyday lipstick, and this is one that I did have to come back to because it's quite hard to think of what to put in this category. Because I do have my everyday makeup drawer and I do rotate my makeup on a monthly basis, whatever is in my everyday makeup drawer is what I wear every day for that month. It was quite hard to pinpoint what I would wear if I had the choice to just pick the same lip product every day. In the end, I went with the Colourpop Luxe lipsticks. I have these in 4 different shades. 2 are from their normal range and these are in the shades Still Crazy and Layover. And then I have 2 from the Disney Princess range and these are in Belle and Ariel. Quick swatches, this is Layover. That is Still Crazy. That is Ariel. And then finally that is Belle. But this is such a comfortable bullet lipstick formula. They are a cream finish, but they are decently long lasting. I can get away with wearing these for a good few hours before needing to reapply. And when they do fade from your lips, they do fade gracefully. It's not obvious, even with the kind of more darker shades. So I would highly recommend these, and I'm proud of myself for only owning 4 and not having gone and purchased a lot more of them because I do love this formula. Next we have Most Colourful, and as you are about to see, most of my lipstick collection is nude lipsticks or pink lipsticks in one variation or another, so it was kind of quite easy to spot the bright shade in my collection. This is from Tarte and is one of their Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks. Obviously it's just a mini, and this is in the shade Daiquiri, and this is kind of a like watermelon red shade. I can't remember the last time I actually applied this lipstick, but I do like to keep it around just in case the mood takes me to put on a bright lipstick one day. I am very self-conscious when I have bright lipstick on, but I think I just need to bite the bullet and possibly wear it because it is a gorgeous shade, and I do love the formula of these lipsticks as well. These are another one that are decently long lasting for a bullet lipstick and are really comfortable to wear as well. I think that is my brightest shade. The next category is Best Memory, and this is one where I was going to talk about the lipstick that was in my oldest category, and that's the one from Clinique. And the reason why it is the best memory for me is because it's the one that I wore on my wedding day. It is a gorgeous rosy pink, and even though it was a bullet lipstick, because it was a matte formula, it didn't fade too quickly. It was just a kind of enhancement of my natural lip colour. So that is definitely the one that sprung to mind when I thought of best memory, and I think that's the reason why I've kept it. But I've obviously put it in a safe place somewhere away from the rest of my makeup, which is why I couldn't find it. So I wanted to still have a physical one to show you, as with the oldest category. So the only other one I could think of was this one from Sephora, and this is one of their lip stories in the shade Labyrinth City. This is a shade that I don't wear very often, but I do like to pull it out in the sort of autumn winter months because it is quite a deep shade. But the reason why this is a nice memory for me is because I picked it up when I was on holiday, I believe in Madrid, for my husband's 30th. And that was just like a really nice holiday. That's kind of got a nice memory for me. But obviously if I could have found the Clinique one, that would have trumped it because that one reminds me of my wedding day. But yeah, so that's the Sephora Lip Stories one. The next category is a lip product that is worth the hype. I was trying to pretty much only include lipsticks in this, but when I seen this as a category, the first thing that sprung to mind was the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. It is still technically a lip product, it's just not a lipstick, but this one is highly raved about on YouTube, and I just had to give it a go and picked up a mini off Amazon a couple of months ago, and this is a product that I use all the time. This is the first full-size one that I've purchased. I do have the tiniest of amounts left in the mini, but it is a great lip product and has definitely done wonders for my lips, especially when they are at their absolute driest. This one is definitely one that's worth the hype. Because I did want to sort of mention an honorary product in this category that is more of a lipstick than that, I wanted to mention the Dose of Colours lip liners. This is one that is in the shade Truffle. I picked this up as part of a 4-piece set they had, which did have a lip liner, a gloss, a velvet liquid lipstick and a normal liquid lipstick. and I had heard quite a few good things about this on YouTube, but have only just been getting into the lip liners, so when I got it as part of that set, it was a bonus more than anything. To be honest, out of all 4 products, this is the one I've loved the most. It is such a gorgeous shade lip liner. It does look slightly dark on my hand there, but it will go under nude lipsticks, brown lipsticks and also pink toned lipsticks and doesn't look out of place. It also just looks nice under kind of a clear gloss as well. This one I think was definitely worth the hype and does make me want to purchase more. Next we have a product that's not worth the hype, and for this one I'm going for the Physicians Formula The Healthy Lip. This one I have here is in the shade Bear With Me, and I think I do have another one of these that I purchased a while ago and I've yet to even open because I wasn't a massive fan of the formula. It's not the worst liquid lipstick formula I've ever tried, but it's just definitely not the best. I find that I really struggle to keep this one in my lip line. To be honest, I've not tried it with a lip liner, so that might be something to try because I think that truffle one will go quite nicely with this shade, but I just feel like it's not as comfortable. It does say that it's a velvet finish, so it does dry down but not fully, but because it doesn't fully dry down, I feel like it does move around my lips, but then it does get slightly crusty towards the end of the day. So when I'm trying to reapply it, it doesn't go on as evenly as when I first applied it in the morning. So a lot of people do rave quite highly of these, but I do think there are much better liquid lipstick formulas out there than this. Next we have a favourite product from a favourite brand, and for that I wanted to include the Colourpop Luxe liquid lipsticks. These are a product that I found from the initial reviews. People kind of either loved or hated them. I personally love this formula, and even though these were at one point my favourite product from Colourpop, these have now topped that. So I do still love the normal Luxe lipsticks, but I do prefer these so much more, and I think it's because they're slightly more versatile in that I can just go over with one swipe and it's just a slight flush of colour to my lips, but they are also buildable to be more of an opaque finish. They do kind of give that pillowy look to your lips that you get with blurring lipsticks, but I've tried a few blurring lipsticks and I've not liked them. They've been a bit more drying, whereas these aren't. I have the ones from the Disney Designer collection in the shade Flynn and Beast. So that is the shade Flynn that I've gone over a couple of times, and then I will just do one swipe of Beast. So as you can see with Beast, it is just more of a wash of colour, but these are definitely a great liquid lipstick. Yeah, really love this formula. The next category is most used, and we have yet another Colourpop product. It is the Just a Tint lip crayon, and this one is in the shade Give Me Small. So these are a balmy kind of lip oil crayon, which give a really nice glossy look to the lips with a bit of colour. They aren't the longest lasting, but they are really comfortable, and this one smells absolutely amazing. I've never put my finger on exactly what the scent is. Initially I thought it was kind of peach or passion fruit, so I don't know if it's maybe that dragon fruit, because I think I remember seeing some of these had the dragon fruit next to them. I've never had a dragon fruit, so I don't know what one smells like, but it does smell really nice. And this is a product that was always in my handbag when I was in the office, and I would be regularly applying it throughout the course of the day. And now that I am working from home, this sits on the bookcase next to where I sit downstairs, and I apply it throughout the course of the day because it is just so comfortable. It just makes my lips feel nice and moisturised, and then also gives me a bit of colour so that I look more normal when I'm doing a video call, but not that I've applied a lot of makeup to sit around the house. So I would highly recommend these. A few more categories left. The next one is most underrated, and for me, I wanted to talk about these Sephora lip stains. I have 3 of these all together. One I've not opened yet, and then obviously these 2. They don't have shade names on, annoyingly. They are just on the cellophane, but they are shades 13 and 23. I think this one has mauve in the name somewhere, but these are a really great lip product, and I just don't feel like you hear anyone talking about them. So that is the shade 13, and then this is the shade 23. But they are really nice pigmented liquid lipstick that stays in place for a good amount of time. They do dry down pretty quickly but are comfortable on the lips. They do dry down fully, but I think because they are a slightly thinner formula, that's what makes it comfortable. But yeah, they definitely stay in place all day, and because of the lip stain aspect, even when the actual product itself starts to fade, you still got that colour on your lips. and I just don't hear anyone talk about these at all, and I highly recommend them. And every time I do get a chance to go to a Sephora, I do always pick one up, but I would highly recommend them if you do have access to a Sephora to give them a go. The next one is the most nostalgic or product from old school YouTube. This one took a while to think of because I couldn't think what in my collection was from old school YouTube. I did actually kind of take influence from Jessica Braun for this answer because she mentioned the NYX liquid suede lipsticks, and these are products that I definitely hadn't heard of until I seen them on YouTube, but I haven't heard people talking about these for a good couple of years now, so I think that kind of fits the bill for it. It is in the shade Soft Spoken. It is a really pretty shade and it is a nice formula. Not one of my favourites. It's not the longest lasting, but it does say it's a cream lipstick. It does stay in place well, it doesn't move around the lips too much because it does start to dry down, but it's not my favourite. Say there's much more comfortable and longer wearing ones out there for a similar price point, so, but this is one that does remind me of old school YouTube. Next we have most disappointing. So for this one I went with the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. As I said earlier, the Superstay matte inks are one of my favourite all-time liquid lipstick formulas, so I was expecting a lot out of this crayon. So I have this in the shade Lead the Way, and it is a really pretty shade and the product itself is really comfortable to wear. It just doesn't have any longevity to it. Because it is in the Superstay range, and obviously the liquid lipsticks, anyone who's worn them know that they are impossible to get off. You do have to use an oil-based remover, otherwise it's not coming off. Whereas these, I just found didn't last long at all. Within a few hours, I couldn't see this on my lips anymore. I know it's a product that isn't far off my lip shade anyway, so it did fade gracefully in that respect, but because it's part of the Superstay line, I did feel like it was going to last forever. Like I said earlier, I think these Colourpop Luxe lipsticks are one of the longest lasting bullet lipsticks I've tried, and I did think these were going to contend to be as long wearing as these, but they don't last half the time. So this product did really disappoint me. I will continue to wear it because I do love the shade. It is such a gorgeous shade, but formula wise it really did disappoint me. Next we have most unique. And I did have to look back on Jessica's video to see what she'd put in this category because I couldn't kind of think what I could put in there. The only thing I could come up with as to what was unique in my collection were these couple of dual-ended products. The first one is this one from e.l.f. and this is one of their night and day lipsticks in I Love Pinks. So this one is the day shade, which hasn't swatched the best because obviously I've just rubbed the other one off. And then we have this really bright pink shade on the other side, which, if I'm honest, I've worn once. But they are both really pretty shades. I absolutely love the day shade and is the reason why I've kept this around for so long. It is a really nice lipstick and it is really comfortable and decently long lasting. This shade here, for the one time I wore it, didn't fade gracefully and it didn't look the best, but this one always does, and it's a really nice warm pink. But again, the only uniqueness is kind of because it's dual-ended. And then I have this one from Wonder Beauty. This is the lip setter in the shade On the Mauve. I never know how to say it. So this has a crayon on one side, which I appear to have pushed down on the lid, so it's now gone very flat. But that is the crayon side. And then on the other side is a lip liner, and there's the two swatches of them. And this is a really pretty shade, and I like that it does have the lip liner and the lipstick. And I know obviously the brand Wonder Beauty, that is their aesthetic. It is products that are made for travel, and this is definitely a product that I would take on holiday with me because I do have the lip liner and the lipstick. So this one's possibly slightly more unique than just a double-ended lipstick, but this is the only thing I could kind of think of that would fall into that category. And then the final category is the best smelling, which I quite like that Jessica did include that. For me, hands down, it is this Floss Gloss. This is in the shade My New Favourite. It just has a scent of kind of like vanilla cake batter when it's just come out of the oven, when you've just freshly made like vanilla muffins or something like that. But it is a really pretty shade. It's kind of like a bubblegummy pink corally shade, When it's on the lips, it's not that pigmented as you can see there. It does just kind of enhance my natural lip colour. Formula wise, I absolutely love this gloss, and I think this is kind of what made me get more into glosses. I did get this in a Glossybox a few months ago, and at the time I opened it, I said I don't wear glosses, and then finally bit the bullet and used it. And I'm so glad I did, because I have fell in love with it, and I've also now kind of fell back in love with gloss. I think it'll be a different story once winter rolls round and there's wind involved. I'm probably going to hate gloss all over again, but for the summer I think I can class myself as a gloss person. But yeah, it smells absolutely amazing, and that was a fun category to end this tag on. So that is it for all the questions that were in the lipstick tag. As I said before, the prompts will all be listed in the description box below if you do want to do this tag yourself. And that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.